sure why this is such a big deal. That looks better there. Okay, so a lot of things have been happening. And I'm Brenda, Power Medicine Woman. And this is, I have my laptop up. I think I'm going to fix the camera on that. I've got this video going, and I'm going to, oh, look, people love them to see it all show up. Just remember, you can have a reading at any point. You know, look for 1111 if you want to. If you share, and if you like this video and or love this video, and you share this video to groups and wherever, then remember, even if you don't get a reading, you get a card. So Spirit always loves to give, and that's what I'm here for. And I'm trying to figure out what's the best place to sit. This is all confusing. So, hi to the YouTube, and hello to you all on Facebook land. And it'd be nice if I could get the Instagram going, but good Lord, you need a telephone for that. Good morning. Look at all these beautiful faces. And one of the features we're trying to get, I had to get new speakers. Please tell me I sound louder than I did yesterday. Nothing worked yesterday as far as that voice. And I hope you don't have to turn your volumes way up. So let me know. Can you hear me okay or not? Because if you can, that would be great. And so, looking, there's a lot to look at. But when I did the radio days, there was a lot more to do. And let's see what else is there. It's getting all of this. I asked Spirit, so why is it that it seemed like I was going through hell? Can't get the computers running, can't do this, can't do that. And I said, I know it's got to be not just a lesson. And Spirit says, well, now you know more about what you want and what you don't, and what you're not missing. Oh, good point. So all the running around, all of the buying and returning things, and having Steve, it was at PCRepairBloke.com, you know, him being patient with me, and just all of these things. It has been an adventure, and I can tell you what brands to get, what camera to get, especially if you want to deal with the lighting, the microphones. I'm not really good with that certain parts, but I can tell you what I do and don't like. Now, take a deep breath in. Some of you have been going through so much. And some of you have also did some healings with me. And I keep getting people that are very thankful that they didn't realize that those sensations, that body's consciousness was controlling their lives. And one way to do it is to understand it's that you can try to control your thoughts all you want. Be positive all you want. And that's good. It's healthy. But when the body is saying, oh, what time is it? Oh, you're supposed to be doing this. And I'm going to exercise today. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do that. When you have, you know, trying really hard to do all of these wonderful things, and your body's consciousness says, hey, you have a program running. You have a strategy running. Oh my God, we have to. Oh. And then your body starts to create feelings and sensations, aches, pains, and it's always talking to you. But it's also going further. It's going deeper into the body, and it's really saying, this is your past. If you have an emotion, this is your past. If you have a feeling, then it can be the present. But if it's anxiety, then it's the future. But if you have a sensation that's in the body that's going off, that can be an active program. So again, you can be positive all you want. You have to pay attention to the quality of your thinking. Some people think they can just get away with Some people think they can just get away with being sarcastic and, thinking negative, thinking positive. Some people are just very flippant and they go in and out of left brain, right brain. It's about integrating. So if you can start understanding the quality of your speech, because there's an action and reaction to everything that you do. Because the universe has laws and it's always in balance. I have had people come to me and ask for a healing or a reading, and I promise I'll pay you later. And nope, I'm not taking any more karma on, because people just, and they're thankful. They're so thankful. They tell me how their lives changed, but they cannot. They're not. They don't know that they need to balance the energy. I have no problem giving to people. I give to people all the time. When I ask you to pay it forward, it's important for your karma, my karma. It's important to balance those energies. And so those thoughts that you may have, those thoughts that you may have are going to really be very important to the quality and how you use it. Most people don't even know what they need to know. I have watched people say flippant things, and as I watch the energy of the body, they are out of sync. The body's consciousness is going, yep, that's how we operate. We can be nasty to ourselves. We can be nasty to others. You got to become more congruent with yourself. Your inner world creates your outer world. And when it does that, you have got to understand that you're in a whole new consciousness era. This is about understanding who you are, not what programs you are, what were you from the past. You learn those, you can decide whether you want to keep it or not. I got to the state in my life way before I started healing, and oh my God, I'm thinking, oh my God, same shit, different day. And what I found out is that you're a program after a certain amount of time. If you don't really learn anything new and you don't do certain things like that, you're just going to keep moving forward. You're just going to keep doing this same old thing. And how many times have you said, I'm stuck? How many times do you say, oh, I just can't take it anymore? How many times? Why do you keep bashing your head against the wall? Why do you put your hand back in the fire? People may not think they do, but they do. So for all of those that are new, understand, when you hit like or love, you get a card. And it's not the little buttons down below. It's the liking the page, you liking the show. You share the show, you get a card. You share it with groups. That's good. That helps out. And it's so important to begin to not just get caught up into your life, because you all understand that coping, you begin to learn how to do it when you're a baby. It's called pacifying that child. When you hit hormone stage, it's you haven't figured out how to cope and deal and manage with those emotions, and you can really get nasty children that you call them nasty children, or rebel children, or whatever you may call your child, but they can be a handful. They haven't been taught how to do resolution. I mean, my daughter's was fortunate. She's like, I don't like this feeling. I know it's not love, and I know it's not this, and I don't want it. And it's like, okay, here you go. And then all of a sudden she'll feel better and she'll move forward. It's not, just feel better, and then you go back. That can happen only because you're not participating in your life. But when you resolve those old age emotions, you begin to feel lighter, healthier, because the body is not doing all the talking and drowning you out. I had one person, they were hearing voices, and one of the things is that they, because of the abuse that they were having when they were younger, they created a separate part of themselves to handle the talk. But then the talking became louder, and it was all about behaving, all about correcting, all about. And as this person begins to wake up, they know that they can't stand the voices. And during a couple sessions, all of a sudden, wow, quiet in my head. And it was addressing that little person that was inside of them that never got resolved the traumas. Okay. So I know I talked to somebody earlier, and I told them if they called in, then we would end up doing a healing. And if they still would like to, I forgot to turn the thing on. Ha. What I'm trying to do incorporate is so that you can hear me more. So you get to hear the reader, and you get to hear the person that's getting. It's important to hear that reaction, because I've done shows where you only hear one side. Didn't like it. So I had to figure out a way so both sides can be heard. And the more interaction you get, like listening to radio. And come on, wake up. So I have found some interesting information that I end up putting in my wall. And one of them was imposed discipline. So what do you think that means? Imposed discipline. Imposed discipline is this: when somebody wants to discipline you and they impose their will upon you. You're human. You have your own will, and you're going to react in such a way that you could become a rebel child. Imposed. A part of you is that when you want to raise your children, this is getting much more easier nowadays to begin to understand, is that you want to teach by example, and you want to help that child to look and see that discipline is very important. So know when to walk away from the table, know when to stop and not cross the road and get hit. It's the little things and it's the big things. When you begin to notice the discipline, instead of just disciplining, because you're going to have to let that little child start developing its identity, which is not always just you. When it becomes just you, some people can develop not having any empathy. Oh my God, my screen is pixelating. Anybody else is having that problem? Jordania says that it's a pixelated screen. Like I said, I'm sure they did, because this camera was working, and then I had the room full of spirits, and it's like, no, wait your turn. And I asked Spirit to get the camera working, and all of a sudden it worked. Now, if it's pixelating, that's why I got a different. Oh my gosh, what do I have to do here? See, on my end, I look fine. Is it froze or anything? I might have to shut it off and start again. I really don't want to do that, but I can't do a pixelated show either. Spirits are way too active. I really wish I could see what you guys are seeing. What can I do? Nope, that ain't gonna work. I don't have anything else running, do I? Nope. It's not frozen. How about you refresh? Maybe that's it, because some people said it's fine, some said it's not frozen. All right, spirits, come on. You got it working. Just now work out the kinks, please. See, I can get this camera to work on my other computer, but it's so nasty cold out there. I'm not sitting in that freezing. And I'm getting a new camera. Yeah, and I can't figure out how to shut that off on this. I've tried to shut that off. There's no way to do it while I'm live either. At least I don't think I can. And now my computer is oh, I just seen it glitch. All right, spirits, tell me what I need to do. Let's see. YouTube, everything working? Everything's working on YouTube, I think. I can't refresh. Yeah, I know it's not the equipment. So this is the trouble I've been having with old computers or old webcams to new webcams, and this is a 1080 webcam, and it's been saying it's not compatible. It's perfect on YouTube. That's because it's a different camera. But it's awfully crappy. So if you can't, jump on YouTube. That's where I'm sitting as well. Looks funny. Looks funky. I wish I could go to settings, but it's hard to do when now my mouse is just kind of going like ghost mode. Dang it. Yeah, something's definitely running in the background too. What is it? I don't like when it disrupts like this because, oh, Lena, let's see. I need to open that up. Is it okay to go on, or do you want me to shut down and then I'd have to reopen a new link because it won't open up to the one that you're in now? Because if it doesn't, oh, okay, that's old. All right, I'll try that, Robin. If I lose you guys, please know that I'll restart up another live. Let me see what. Oh, I have no idea if I'm disappeared or not. No. Now what do I do? Okay. What is running? That doesn't make any sense. That looks normal. Again, I believe it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to continue until someone tells me that it's too bad, and I'll just start over. That's what I'll do. My screen just disappeared. Again, if you're in YouTube, hey, some people are here. And close other apps. I can't get to it to fix it. I'm not closing that app. Won't let me fix it. And the only programs that are running is this and Chrome. Nothing else is running. Okay, so it's still doing good. And money has been sent. Yep, I do have that. And so how do I do this? You have two choices. One, if we're, which I don't, well, maybe friends. Oh, that's different. One thing I can do is that when I do the reads, I can do them just like this, and you get a lot of information. When you can call if you're my friend or on Messenger, because that's the only way. You have to be my friend first, I think. That's the only way that works. And then we go from there. Alrighty. It's really weird. Spirit's like going, well, we'll just get into it then. Normally I talk for 30 minutes, but I think they're kind of preoccupied. Oh, I just seen it do it again. That's all right. We thank you, Spirit, for all of this help. Fawning, yes. Pleasing people. Usually I will find people have traumas that cause you to become people pleasers. And that's what happens to that. People break their will. But that has nothing to do with you. Who is it? Milana Burns? Oh, Curran. Leah. Oh, I'm terrible with names. But you know who you are. You. Hold on. What should you say? Oh, I see where she sent that. I gotta figure out where it went. Spirit's going, we're confusing you. Yes, stop it. Okay, usually that's what will happen if I'm going to be working with something very specific. Just moments before the client will that I have to call or they come to the house, I will go through a whole array of interesting habits. And then I have to stop myself and say, wait. That's not all me. That is not all me. Why? And then it's like, okay, who's coming? What's going on? And so all of a sudden there's too many things I'm supposed to focus on. And it's important to understand. It's very important to understand that you do the same thing. You pick up people. You may not even know it, especially if they're coming over to your house or you have to go to work. You will pick up people. And the biggest problem is that you don't know where you end and they begin. You will start creating habits. Oh, you feel like you want coffee, you want a cigarette, you want to go out dancing. There's nothing wrong with some of these. Some of them is not you. What I'm going to do for you, if you want the reading to be live, you want to become my friend, I'm going to copy this and put it into the browser. If you go there, when it glitches on Facebook, it's for static on YouTube. I hear static on. Huh? Really? I need to find a tech guy that just does that stuff. Okay, so when Leah sees what I put up, she can click that and decide to become friends, and then we'll go from there. And when you want to ask a question, if you don't want to talk on air, then you can just write me. I found out where she wrote it. And if you want a question answered, you can ask. So what, you're paying for it. What do you want? I can tell you why something's happening, and then we can heal it, resolve it. I can let spirit just come through. It's up to you how you want to do this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, just so that Leah, or Leah, whatever, understands, if you're watching, dear, I'm just going to show you something. If a person, for instance, couldn't get through, didn't know what they were supposed to ask, or they just want it read, my daughter will oftentimes go, oh, she can't really describe it. She'll say, oh, there's some kind of feeling. And then spirit will tell me. Miss Jensen, I'm going to just, if you don't mind, I'm just going to do a quick little mini read for you so that, okay. And if Leah, if she wants to call in, or if she wants me just to answer it just like this, okay? So let's just say I read your question and you want me to do this. Now, with Miss Amy. So, what's interesting is there's been energy that's been sitting in your back, for one thing, and you feel like you've been attacked. Literally, people attack your pride. They know where to go. It's like going for the jugular, if that makes any sense. Does it? I'm usually more professional in this. I feel like spirit is trying to slow me down for something, and I don't quite get it. Anyways, for Amy, we're just going to go this. I feel like there is all this attack going on, but you just, here we go again. It's like your reaction, your response is that you're used to it. One, your filter says, I hear it as attack, and it could be feedback. Two, literally they are being assholes, and they're just being attacking you, hoping they can push the right button. Oh, that's it. So the strategy to get you to respond, and more you learn over time, it's failing, you don't have to, but at the same time, it's taking a toll on you because that stuff is sitting in the body physically. And you're done being taken for granted. You can't do this anymore. You're thinking, if I get taken for granted, then... And then you freeze because your thought says, well, I don't know how to get out of that. And then another part of you says, yes, I do. So it's like there's an argument, a very incongruency, because your intuitive self knows that it's important to just put you in conflict so that you kind of hesitate and don't allow yourself to be taken for granted. Now you've gotten very comfortable in your relationships, even though they may not be healthy as far as verbally. So you just have to begin to, and then what I would tell you there is I would say begin to heal those emotions out like all the time. Okay, so she's got several questions, and I need to know, sweetheart, is it, do you give me permission to tell people? Because if you do, then we'll go from there. Now, I don't usually read about the future, but I can tell you whether or not, if there's something stopping you from having what you're asking for. Okay. Good, I do. Okay, so she has several things that she has asked. Ooh, we're going to start throwing the cards around, people. Going through some family trauma. Okay, a terrible court issue. Spirit guides have asked you to come in. If they're talking to me, then you've already given them permissions, and we've already communicated, and I don't invade anybody's space. People, non-flesh, will come over and they'll communicate with me. Your spirit guides will communicate with me. Even your soul, and even your different ages of yourself come in. Okay, so I go up to the bandwidth, and as I come down through that spirit, then all the energies then communicate with me and help me get onto a new way of listening. Why is this happening? So, as far as the family court issue, so you are being taught you have to stop living through others. It says, see, now your 4-year-old self just walked in and says, the energy was changed in me because, so are you people pleasing? Because all of a sudden it was, it's like your spirit was broken to some degree. You felt shocked that all of this part was happening. And it'd be good if I set the timer. The 4-year-old is telling me that it's now just a habit, and you have separately, consciously said, I ain't doing this, I'm not doing this. But your body will then say, yes, we are. And then before you know it, you don't understand how you're actively doing something when you thought you weren't going to, and it gets very confusing. The trauma that's coming into your space is that you have to live through others. The person that's projecting this to you is that you can feel their rejection. You feel how they feel the rejection. And it is what happened at 4 years old was that your choices as a 4-year-old was being rejected. You know, and your body is saying it knows what rejection feels like. Now, you can make yourself be a good person, but those incidences that occur, it's not just linear. I mean, it's spiral. It's happening. And your soul is asking you to resolve it. So you would resolve how you have to live through others. Because now it's a habit, and you don't even know you're doing a habit. Rejection. You need to resolve rejection out. What about self? You create self-insecurities by the thinking. Gotcha. So then it becomes a perpetual cycle. And they know how to control you. She says terrible accusations, and I'm scared. And the thing is that they know how to control you. And the reason that button is what I would call was installed at 4 so they can control you. So I would definitely say, is it her story that she needs to? So you have to think about this. So at 4 years old, what happened? Now, I would say I do a one-on-one session, but because what I want to do is I want you just put your hand like this. You're covering the frontal lobe, which is how you create reality. You're covering the emotional point, and you also have the hairline, which is the meridian, the liver meridian for helping the process. When you get in there, since you are a warrior, is you can feel their pain or what they're saying, and it turned into pain, and you can't get your head quieted down. So you're in stress mode. We need to get the blood to come back up. Your trip warmer is just going, oh my gosh, it's saying it's worthless, it's worthless, it's worthless. And if you're doing hope therapy, I would tell you that you would want to focus on it. It's just saying, answer. See, and I would love to just give you the healing tool. You don't want the baby to come in just yet because of the stress that your body's under. You've got these programs running. And how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you're attracting people in at this time, and you have to live through others by the way they talk and by the way they control, then when you start to become a mother, it's going to be harder for you to discipline, because you don't want to impose your discipline onto this child, because that's not the way you want to raise your child. You want to do it so differently. And that's very good. You got, okay, they're saying that you're being controlled by shame and guilt. Shame and punishment. Oh. And because you're so worried, you can't pay attention to signs. Okay. And Spirit has been trying to help you to understand that you're going to be okay, but you can't hear that because you really feel their energy is saying, oh, they're right. They're always going to get their way, because it's based on when you're a child. One of the things I see as a child is, oh my God, they're going to get their way. So it becomes an overtime hopelessness. And so it becomes this perpetual thing that occurs, if that makes any sense. When you're in that state and you don't read the signs, then your body and your life can't heal. That's healing. Okay? Your body is not getting a chance. Your life is not getting a chance to heal. They're going on and on that really about this rejection. Now, see, if I was talking to you and you can hear me, we would talk a little bit more. Does this have to do with rejection in this life? So the Soulmate card popped up. Okay? The Soulmate card popped up. What does that mean? The Soulmate card in this case is that you have felt rejection from that soulmate. You felt rejection? Yeah. Did you give that rejection to the soulmate? No, you felt it. You have been going forward, but because you have felt that rejection, there's a part of you that are going to put more blocks up so you don't have that again, even though you're going full force and wanting that joy. Do you understand how counterintuitive that seems to be? It's like, oh, your body is running the show at this point. Again, what happened at 4 years old? Because the story is how you use to cope, handle, deal, and pacify what happened. As you get older, you can really feel how the victim mode, and you don't want to be, and how easy it is, because you're like, seriously. There's a part of you that's afraid to become self-centered, because if you become self-centered, you're going to be like, that's going to be gross, and you can't do that. No. And you don't want to do that. You need to remove the emotion and that energy off of that belief system, because that belief system is like a GPS center people. It's going to constantly push you away from ever finding your center so that you can get your life back on track. You have this wrestling inside of you that just seems to be endless. That 4-year-old is really active because it really wants to resolve rejection. The overwhelm is what came after? No, during the rejection. So are you having more emotions than once? No. I mean, the question I asked was, is it a psychic trauma? And it's not, which means you feel more than two or more emotions at once, and it's not. The consciousness of who? If people were to find out, you'd be embarrassed. So that's another story. That's your 3-year-old self. Did you reject a piece of yourself? Yes, you did. Okay. When we reject parts of ourselves, we can't forgive ourselves. Okay. When you can't forgive yourself and you reject that part, then there's the different other stages that appear. If you can't see this part, you will project it so that it is out there on another character, another person. When this occurs to you, you're just thinking, what an asshole. What are they doing? What's happening? part of growing up spiritually is to begin to understand that these people are mirrors of us. This world is a land of illusion. This is a hologram that we're living in. And to understand our soul is to understand these people out here. And with the law of cause and effect, it needs to be balanced. You cannot just live in the effect side, because that's the victim. You need to get into the cause. And that is what you want. Okay, so that one thing about depression is that you're forced to be somebody you're not. You're playing a character you don't want to be. You have to do something you don't want to do. And if it has linked to a trauma, then you are in that trauma effect. Your trauma is going to keep repeating itself. And most of the time when depressed people come to me, it is, what have I done wrong? That is a huge belief that needs to be removed, and emotions that are backing it. And I watch where the eyes go that makes you go, oh, what did I do wrong? Because you're hearing or you're seeing or you're feeling, but you know that a correction is coming, a judgment's coming, something bad is coming. Okay? So you have a lot that needs to be reined in. The biggest emotion, the biggest emotion is important, is rejection. You need to get it gone. All right, I hope that makes some sense to you. And thank you for wanting that service. My video is doing, okay. Yeah, I'll be so glad when I get these cameras to work. Honestly. Oh, that is really bad. Lenore just sent me a video pixel. See, and it's directly connected to the, no, I know it is. Okay, she said, thank you so much. You're welcome. Ugh. Is that, okay, so is that a constant pixelation, people? Okay, so why is it my camera is doing this? For me, it's a habit. For me, no. I have to see how some people want a particular outcome, so they become pixelated. Who wants this particular outcome? Somebody in the room. And somebody has an active memory, and they're getting really close. So we're just going to ask the Centurions to surround these great people. Surround like the computer, and somehow it's doing a glitch. I can't refresh. Well, yeah, because I just heard if I did that, then it would. I don't want to hang up. Would y'all come back? Because I could take and hang up. Give me 5 minutes to switch it off, switch it back on, and see what happens. And reboot. That might correct it. That's up to you. So I think the first half of this, if the reading was off or the picture was off, you can find it on YouTube. Okay. Probably do that. Because Lenore just showed me that picture. It's interesting because it's half. I know what it is. Just like Robin said. Just like Robin said, it shouldn't interfere with it, but Robin might be right. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what Robin has suggested. And I'm going to hang up from YouTube. And I'm going to come back on YouTube, but I'm going to move the laptop. You guys are going to tell me if that corrects it, because if that picture's correct and Robin's correct, then there's an interference with the laptop that sits there. And I don't got to figure another place to put the laptop. So what we're going to do is we're going to, just a second. What you have to do when you're trying to correct things. Oh, I just heard Rumpelstiltskin. No, abracadabra. That's what I just heard. Abracadabra. No, that's fine. Hang on, people are going for a ride, those in YouTube land. They say, oh my God, this is my first one. No, it's not. We'll see if this messes up on the other side of it, and you'll see, we'll see. Because if it is, I'll have to find a new way to do things. That'll work. All right, guys. My wonderful, wonderful audience. Oh. Okay. Cool. Well, that's good to know that my sound isn't affected. Aw, hi, David. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Well, we're going to see what happens. I moved. See if the pixelated happens on the other side. I had to build a... Oh, shoot. David, are you still there? Can you still hear that extra fan? So I put a shield up on the thing so that it's less. I don't know whether it worked or not. I'm going to stay, David, but can you tell me, David, if can you hear that fan running? You're really good at hearing fans. And everybody send a quick lot of energy of love and prayer to David. He was in a vehicle accident, so he's recovering. He hasn't wrote me back to tell me how bad he's got, what the doctor said, but we'll see what happens. Oops. Oh, do you think I got it? The sound, I got it all taken care of. That would be so good if the sound is better. That would be so good. And how's the picture? Better? Worse? Better? Worse? Is it still pixelating? That's my attempt at dancing. The journey that we're on. Ooh, got hearts from Robin, so it must be getting the sounds good. And there's no fan. Yeah, so it's amazing how we're all updating and integrating and moving forward. As I began to heal. Thank you, Robin, for that insight. As I began to heal. Now, I live it, breathe it, walk it, talk it, dream it. Live it, be it. Last night, I'm in my middle of my sleeping, and I'm healing, and my computer just froze. Oh, my God. Where did everybody go? Where did everybody go? Oh, my. Okay. So in YouTube land, it froze. Oh, my God. Not responding. I'm literally froze. Okay. So, if any of you are watching, stay with me. Because that just froze. I'm going to thank you. So it ended on Facebook. Okay. What I'll do is I may as well take advantage of it and reboot. But I'll keep you guys. Let's see what happens. I could, I had downloaded so many different programs that probably could have had a virus. I don't know. There should have been no reason for this. Now I'll use that Control Alt Delete. Control. Okay. Let's see. Inherited issue. Me? Oh my goodness. And there's an agenda. Agenda's on somebody on the show? Agenda from the inherited issue. Interesting. It's the subconscious mind of other people. What are people going to think? Are people going to stick around? So now you're beginning to see what emotions and little things that are happening to me. Oh, that's just funny. It's not even allowing me to have this Control Alt Delete. Well, it has to be something. Yes, close the program. Let's see if I can get that. Well, I noticed. What do you guys think about Murphy's Law? And the reason I ask this is because I know that the planet that I think it was born under or whatever it was, somehow you can have good luck or bad luck. The part of me understands the Shani energy of karma. And the outer world would not show up if the inner world had issues. The issues will show up. The things will show up. What is this all about? In accordance with this, so is that there was an agenda of other people's minds that affect my world. And I can tell you that has been an issue that I came in born with. When I had that issue, that I was born with that, which means my soul brought it over, not bloodline, the soul, my soul. I deeply went into gallbladder yesterday, and I deeply went into gallbladder yesterday, and it really was a deep issue about how I am affected, and I really got to see more of the dancing of the meridians, going back to that mothership. That mothership is huge. Of all the things that I need to resolve. Wow, these energies, and I get controlled by people's energies, and this here is one of the things that happen. And so if somebody's thinking bad of you, a person will pick it up. But I feel like this is more than somebody just thinking ill of me or thinking bad of me. It's a lot more. It's a lot more issues. It's a lot more of going on. And this is where you have to be patient, sit back, and then you got to learn how to not lose it, how not to get angry. Is it necessary to get angry? What can you do about it? What and the thing is spiritually is that sometimes it feels like enough's enough, but you can sit back and go, okay, I have all these things that are happening to me. I feel a lot of my reactions, but a lot of times we go into this particular feeling and it's towards and away from it. I want to go towards a good thing. I want to go away from a bad thing. Towards a good thing, away from a bad thing. and it becomes this push-pull. So I'm incongruent somewhere. Now I feel this headache with somebody. I feel a lot of energies that are running through me. My middle of my back and my right side is really beginning to hurt. I don't know what that's about. But it also has to do with the light colors. And on the outside of our aura is really a morphogenic field, and that is about your habits, about your choices. It's about things that you can't change. And one thing about working with your meridians is that you want to change this. You can change this. And you just have to figure out what that means and how to go about it. That's why the healing tools are so important. I know that I'm learning on a deeper level so that when I write that book one day, it's the dancing of the meridians. There is a lot of control issues going on right now that I can see in the planet. We have a lot of retrogrades. I don't know how many planets are doing retrogrades. You're meant to really look at your stuff, your shit, your issues. So am I allowing somebody to affect me? Yes. And it's about how will they approach? How will the reproach? So if I were to if I'm reaching out to you, are you guys going to reject me? I won't know that. And part of Murphy's Law, how's that phrase go? I think if it can go wrong, or no, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong, or like when you go to do something and it fails, you're like, oh, Murphy's Law, and it just starts tumbleweeding, and you're like, you can spin out, or you can. That's usually what we do. Is we usually spin out. Oh, this is taking forever to reboot. And the thing about Murphy's Law is that it is true to some degree, but it's really saying that there's something going on inside. So I get controlled by other people's emotions and thoughts. It affects my world terribly, and it definitely was a past life. And I haven't learned to let go of that. Is there a piece missing? Oh, so I gotta call a piece back. So there's a piece of me. Did I die in that function? Oh. It was the last past life when I was an American Indian white man. Oh, so I left a piece of myself behind. How interesting is that? That is really... So how would you do that? Okay. You have to find what caused the wedge. That would cause the separation. It would cause the peace. And it always will fall to emotions. It will fall to beliefs. And when you have the dance meridians, you'll have 3 or 4 meridians that are holding their pattern. And in this case, I get controlled by other people's emotions. And so which meridian is really holding this? And it's the gallbladder. Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Why? Because for me, my gallbladder is removed. That is about if I'm having bitterness back in the day. And the bitterness, I healed it out, but at the same time, it's about resentment, it's about indecisiveness. What was the biggest one on that? It was being wiped out, overpowered, can't be myself, fear of being controlled. That's a big one. Fear that one. Who wants to be controlled? That's our will. If our will has been taken and then destroyed, which is what the breaking of the spirits, if that happens, You have to heal that part that's broken. So yesterday I was really looking at my core of the issue, and that core was, I mean, whoa! I could feel it. It was I was being bought and sold, not in this lifetime. I was being bought and sold. It's just amazing how much crap comes up. I'm rocky energy. So I've got rocky energy. It's affecting me. Damn, I have really got to change that. Can't change it now. I'm doing this. Let's see what happens. We're going to try it again. I'm glad I did that paid reading, you know. I'm glad I'm doing this YouTube. Let's see if anybody comes back. Let's see how many people are lost, how many new people I can pick up. Thank you for sticking with me. That to me is important. There's David, thank you. So, you know, I'm looking up what is Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will. And the additional is it's usually the worst time. I mean, that's a deep belief system. I never really had the belief system. So, welcome back. Thank you for all coming back. Let's see how this works. I think the problem was I tried a new webcam, and I never rebooted. I took it off, put this one on, and I'm trying very hard to make it work. All right, you wonderful people, you just keep an eye on for me to see whether or not it's going to act up. And I was sharing with the YouTube, so if you missed anything, you can go to YouTube and watch it. And it is my issue because it has to do with past life. It has to do with it. No, I don't want it to be about me right now because I'm thinking and they're putting me back in the spirits. Now there's a whole boatload of spirits, so this must is going to be working because they're over here going, we didn't do it this time. we didn't do it this time, which is hilarious as all get out. And I'm like, okay, you didn't do it this time. And now we have, we have centurions that are standing guard, and they said that we have to really work to help you, really find this out. So you can go and when you go to sleep, you can do a lot of healing, and that's what I've been doing the last few nights. When I go in, look out at life, what are those patterns? I feel love from you guys. I can see love. That was one question I had when I was younger. What is love? Why I can't feel it? I got two beautiful children, but in a way, they have, they don't express love, but that is a lot to do with their bloodline. But it also is how I see them. They can't show up any other way than I met them. I have birds, and birds are supposed to be the most friendliest thing on the planet. But for some reason, mine are like, fuck you, get away. And I'm like, wait, mommy loves you. Ah, chirp, chirp, chirp. Like, I don't know if you can hear her. She knows I'm in here. She's chirping. She's like, I want you to come in. You forgot to turn my TV set on. Yes, I put the TV on, though. So they'll be quiet. And I didn't turn it on, so now they're hollering at me. And when you allow yourself to take that next step, it is to the right. This isn't just the way of life. This isn't just the way of life. You have to go deeper. You have to go deeper. All right. Now, Jennifer, did you want me to do a quick read? I haven't listened to any of your audio or anything like that. If you want me to do a quick read, we can call, we can take it in that way, or I'll just do the minute and a half reads and for everyone. And I just feel like this is a strange night, but it is. The clue here is that things just aren't working. Other people's energies are interfering, and I can't seem to stop it. I can't seem to connect. Can't connect with birds, can't connect with my kids the way I want, can't connect with the internet the way I want, but thank God I can connect with you wonderful people. I look to you guys and I see your names. I look to you and I can feel your love. I can't tell you how much that means to me. I have a wonderful husband that really, really loves me, and I worked so hard to get that one. I mean, it's just beautiful. So, I know I was doing good. And Jennifer says, sure. Sure is in. Well, if you're using your phone, you probably can't anyway. Some people can slide it across and call me through Messenger. I can call you through Messenger. We are all still learning. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you get to see, did I stress out? No, I'm just deep in thought of really, and trying to keep the show going. So it's like multitasking or micromanaging. Jennifer, it says the shoe's on the other foot. I don't understand when that's going on. I didn't read anything that you said, and if you feel like I need to, then I will. That's right, you listen to me through your phone. So we're gonna, once I figure out why, but you got somebody coming in from the other side. I can't see them or hear them. They just said, wait. So you got somebody coming through. I don't know who that is. So we're gonna wait a second. You get headaches and you never get them. Okay, so we're gonna address that. Maybe that's why that person, they're not here yet. They're saying wait. Okay, well, Sarah says, can I ask your opinion on picking up people's thoughts? I will think things are going to happen, or that he will do something and he does exactly what I'm thinking. I feel like I'm stalking him energetically almost. Okay. Before I do certain things, I'm going to let you know. When you get like really in tune with somebody, me and my husband do this all the time. I'll think he said it out loud, and I'll just answer it. And you're like, but I didn't even ask yet. Or, and there's a way of anticipating people's needs, but there are times that you just are so in sync. He'll be thinking like, oh, I want to go to this store to get something. Like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to run uptown and go get that thing that you want. And then he'll be like, what? But he'll do it back to me too. Me and him will pick up on each other's aches and pains. I got scoliosis. I don't like to claim that, but I don't have a pain all the time. But sometimes when the hips start stacked up, I don't tell anybody. I don't say anything. I just, I won't take any drugs. I won't need it. And all of a sudden, you're like, I'm walking funny. He says, your back hurting. I'm like, yes. Well, like, stop taking me on. And what you're doing is that you have to begin to learn to observe and recognize and say, if this is it, so be it. But if you are, they're here now. Okay. But if you are absorbing and you don't know how to let it go, then you can take on and do more than what you need to. Silva Mind Control, they changed the name of it. If you look up Silva Mind Control, you'll get the information. And he and his daughter learned how to talk through the mind, through telepathy and stuff like this. people are beginning to really become in sync with each other. People's thoughts. You know, the last thing I want to do is pick up people's thoughts, but I don't know. I mean, people are waking up more and more, and they're like, how dare you have that negative thought about me? You don't want to do that, because some people's thoughts, it's just the way they process. It's the way they go into a different state of mind, and it can cause you so many issues because it's not meant to have to always take offense. Your ego does not have to be nosy. Your spirit, on the other hand, can go, oh, is that my issue? Why am I experiencing this reality? What personal emotions, what personality am I having? What's my personal reality doing? And what personally am I doing to create this personal reality? And you pay attention, okay? Now, you can have other interferences. You can have picking up group consciousness. You can picking up the environment, go to the store. You can pick up too many people's emotions. We need to stop doing that. Lisa, just put your hand down. Apparently, I was put in front of the screen. Now, Jennifer, your headache has to do with waking up. Is this her? Okay. When you have body emotion, this is the wrong time for them to teach me, but they want to. So I'm going to show you how they teach me. I don't know if it's going to make a lick of sense to you. The body is a musical instrument. The meridians are strings. And when the strings are played, they make strands. And sometimes you can hear the DNA, you can hear the RNA, the mother side, the father side. You can follow the timeline. What I hear for her is that her main meridian, and usually you get one, that gives you all the help. I mean, you would think because of asthma, you think, oh, it must be your lung. No, for me, it was the gallbladder. That's the wood element. For Jennifer, your main meridian is the kidney. Okay? It's because in every relationship, to a certain degree, you're always the I, it. And I, you is what we're doing right now. It's reciprocity. I see you as a soul. I love you guys, and I know you love me. And it's just that, you know, I'll do things for you, you do things for me, and it's an I, you. I treat you kindly, and I have empathy. And I, it is something that's been, you came in with in your contract, and then I, it is simply this. You're always treated like an object. You've prepared yourself to say things. You have prepared yourself to have comebacks. You have become, you know, you had to fight. You had to be mighty. You had to be strong. The headache in this case is that it's like you're tired of correcting yourself. So now there's a part of you deep inside that says, I don't want to correct myself anymore. You literally have gotten to the soul level of, okay, if you're not going to heal it, then you're going to start showing signs. I feel like you have picked up somebody that has been acting really mean, and it's finally getting to you. The headache in this case is that your part of you is hitting an insecurity. So, what's going to happen? As your headache pops up, it's because of the liver meridian. Is the liver meridian because of the liver meridian? No, it's because of the stomach meridian. So the liver meridian is, oh my God, this is the emotion. The chemical peptides are very active at this point. You may not be aware of it consciously. You're like, oh, I'm okay. But you have, oh my God, The stomach is causing the liver to act more like out of control because you have been around self-centered people, and that's starting to get to you, so it's affecting the liver. Is the stomach? No. Your governing meridian, it is that you've been scorned. There's a scorn. Somebody scorned you. And this very much is just happened. There's some type of a present moment thing. Is okay, so the governing meridian's doing it. Is that because of the governing meridian? Yes, the governing meridian. And why? It goes up the kidney. And it's because you're an I-it. And there's a part of you that has always had to go through what is impending doom. Kidney is about impending doom. Your soul is saying it's so tired. Thank you, David. Your soul is so tired of this. It's like, when are you going to change your habit? And your head is that the chemical peptides are just, they're not filtering the way that you want them to and the way you need to. You have this sense of worry that's just nagging you. And when this happens, it throws you off. Now, are you in rest and digest? No, you're in complete stress mode. I'd say you need to take a nice deep breath in, let it out, suck the gut in, and hold your breath as all the air is out. You need to switch that autonomic nervous system to say, unlock, and go into rest and digest in the parasympathetic. Breathe in, let it all out, hold your breath, let it back in. You need to do that several times. You need to turn around and on the tops of your feet, out liver 3, you need to rub those points. You've got to get the poison out of your system now. Rub on top of both of your feet. Liver 3. You have to hold R2S and make sure you put your finger in the palm of your hand. You got to look at how you were disproved of. Somebody has just disproved of you about something in particular, because that is causing a backlash, because it came in through scorn and it came into a self-centered person, and now your body's like going, oh my God. You rub those points, you hold that point on your wrist. Really remove that self-centeredness. And notice how you're putting up with being invalid. Get rid of the headache. I feel liver. I want you, because there's so many points on the feet, just massage all the top of your feet, your gates, the bones, here's your big toes. That might be all sore. Don't be surprised, because that's the stomach, the liver, the gallbladder. Rub them and rub the sides so you can get the bladder meridian, and rub, and then underneath the ankle bone on the inside of your foot, rub there, your kidneys. Rub your tops of your feet. You don't need to do the bottoms unless you want to. You need to get that fluid to break up, and energy will be sent to your organs, okay? Was it something you read? Hold on. Is this occurred because it was something you read? Who made a comment? Did you read a comment? Did you read something that was not nice? Oh, did you pick up somebody's phone? Well, yeah. You need to do eye accessing. Go to my website and look for sensory accessing. And it's really strong in your one eye. Pull it out. Because you just want to go grr. You need to pull it out. Do the eye switching. Get the number down to 0. And you should start to repair. She said, yep. All right. So you need to not do that. You got to stop the habit. Because you're only doing it because you know you're right. But you're also repeating and repeating and repeating. And it's just going to be an endless loop of pain and suffering, pain and suffering. You need to stop that program. Yes, all those wonderful people that you've shared, you get a card. The liking or loving of the show up above. Remember to get notified too. Okay. A minute and a half. spirits are rolling now. I would say my one friend's here because the horse just ran by, but I don't think she's on right now. Okay. Oh, thank you for loving the feeds. I do go back and I do read them and send cards and do all these good things. So what we're going to do is that just say it once. Don't do it a billion times. Say yes, please, for a reading, and I'll give you a minute and a half. And so I don't want my screen to jump and lose all the people. Even in YouTube, if you just say it once. If you're in both places, just say it once. Okay, so the first person I'm going to read. Where are we in the show? We're doing readings nowadays. And this is 20 minutes in this part. In the second video of 20 minutes, if you want to know it that way, the timestamp. Yes, please. Teresa Perkins is what we're going to go first. Okay, Teresa Perkins first. I hear bells, not big bells, small bells, as chimes or something. Something in particular is what I'm hearing. They say if you can feel calm about things, but like when you go to certain places, if you hear something go off, it literally begins to create an anxiety. So you have like a power of suggestion. So at some point in your life, there was noise going on, and you were having anxiety, and so it kind of like cemented it. And so now when you hear something, I don't know exactly what it is, when you hear something, it sets off part of that anxiety without you knowing it. And when the anxiety starts, it goes into this part of the chest. When it happens, and all of a sudden the body starts to fighting for you. So the spleen goes, oh my God, I have to worry. And then that energy becomes all messed up. And then it goes up to the stomach. So spleen is about worried with a D. So it brings up the old shit. And then your immune system starts to go wonky. Then your stomach meridian kicks in, and then it says you have to worry. And then that is how you're supposed to survive, because you have to worry. It's like, but that's not true, because what you're worrying about is something that your body's saying, we're going to get bullied. In any second now, we're going to get bullied. And it's so long ago, you may never get bullied again, but your body knows this. I would then tap out bullied. How you know what being bullied is, or you make an appointment with me. And we'll take it out just like that. You have excessive what? It bothers you because you have excessive pride. It's like they push that button until you have excess pride, and you need to get that. Next person is Carrie Ann Bolton or Bolt. Compatibility. Am I compatible with? You're not compatible with because you have a habit or something. No, you're not compatible with. People, places, things. You're not compatible with certain energies, certain things. You're talking about earth. You're talking about appliances. You're talking about grids, angels, people, spirits, dogs, animals, planetary. Let's look at a little dang list. So there's planetary alignment. Somehow it's like kicking your butt about something. You seem to be incompatible. Why are you incompatible? In this case, it is about the hopelessness and being petrified. Are you talking about this lifetime? What age? 3 years old, you had something about being petrified, and you had hopelessness. And because it's still there, and I see the little girl, her knees are folded up, they're rocking, and she keeps looking behind the curtain as if to say she's waiting for something bad to happen. As she's looking, and then she rocks. As she's looking, so I'm stuck in a glitch, okay, which causes you to be incompatible with the planets. So the planets are asking you to deal with that issue. use healing tools to do it. There's plenty, or you can just hire me. I'm not that expensive. We're good there. Next person is Peg O'Neill Richardson. Lullaby and good night. I hope they don't stop me from. Maybe you know the song. It keeps rhythming in my head. What is it about? And it's about wishy-washy. You don't know what to do. You want to stay away or go to sleep. I don't know how to address things in life. So there's a wishy-washy, but somehow it's like being lulled. So you're being lulled into what? Into action, and you don't know if you really want to do it because that means somebody is lulling you. Somebody is putting you into that position. They said there's an exertion of other people's power, and it seems to affect your fourth chakra and your fifth. So you have empathy. Oh, so you a kinesthetic? Ah, gotcha. Does it? And the fifth is the front, back. So it's the will, affects your will, and the heart, front, feeling. So when you're feeling, a kinesthetic is it's a little bit different than an empath can feel in the shoes on your feet. You can, but in kinesthetic, that's the way you talk. It's like, visual people, visually can see things, and auditory is about how you hear things. Kinesthetic is how you feel things. And it's not necessarily about right or wrong. So what will happen is if you're in a fight and you're talking, you're staring the person down, and they're all of a sudden you're kinesthetically, you're like, and you already know how to solve the issue. But the problem is if you solve it, they won't, because they'll turn around and they'll feel like they won. And then and then you feel rotten, and you feel like you can't speak and you can't do something. So you have to develop that kinesthetic part of you. First of all, don't look people in the eye when you're arguing. Josephine Rock. What? It's clear. What a beautiful morning. People got music today. Sky level, please. What about it? Sometimes you'll feel really good, and you'll go to do something, but you have an awkward thing that makes you stuck. That awkward is what it's in the sixth chakra in the back, so it affects the will of using an intuition about being correct. So if you were going to use your abilities, then you create an awkwardness so you can stop believing in yourself, because you were told that you were stupid and you were wrong. What age? Just to hear another kid, 5 years old. So I should hear another kid, affected your self-efficacy to do something. And so therefore then they must be right, and I have to believe them, and they are valuable because, they're correct. No, you got to stop doing this pattern. Consider the source. They're not you. Don't get advice on how to be a millionaire when you're taking and getting the advice off somebody that's living off the streets, unless they really do have $1 million. But you got to value your opinion, and you can stop getting it from people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. Sarah Bailey, she wants to know if there's a great grandma, and her name is Patricia. Yeah, but here's an interesting thing. She said she's not coming in. She's coming in like in a glitch. Are you busy? Oh, she's not clear to hear you. So you're not clear to hear her. And see, now she's coming in clear for me. So you want to clear that up. Okay, so what is it that's stopping you from hearing? You're obsessing. So your mind is so busy, the 41 thoughts per minute, you obsess that you don't allow that connection from the higher self to come in, to connect with the heart, to connect with the gut. So your ego keeps getting in the way. The ego keeps getting in the way. And so, but the obsession is that you've stored it in the body. You've stored it. Is it the body consciousness? No, it's like storing it as pain. So you obsess. You're going to be infamy, being bad, considered bad. So you're really going to have to look at that pattern of how you obsess about is it a self-talk? Yes. And you really are going to have to bring that energy down into the body. You need to disrupt it. Use EFT is a good one. You've got to look at your quality of thoughts and say, no, I can choose better. Sometimes your thoughts are not going to be able to be easy to choose because this chemical peptides are so freakingly strong. Amy. She's so happy. It's because we're beginning to be good friends. She's so happy. She's like, you should have seen what my kitty did. Criticism. Criticism is like toilet paper. Oh, you're learning how to flush it down? But you're starting to notice the wrong crowd, the people that are around you. They're really not healthy for you. You've been taken some of the information that I've been teaching and they're applying it, and you're getting to see life differently. And that's good. Okay. At this point, you have to be okay with to lose your family and friends. You have to be okay to grow. Don't get stuck in the root chakra where you're comfortable and that you found how to live within the tribe by losing yourself. The will to take care of yourself, the will to move forward. And they say, hey, there's a lot of processing going on. And they said there's a lot of issues in that physical body. And the main reason why all of this is messed up is from the liver meridian. How would she begin to repair it? Well, first of all, she has got to stop feeling helplessness. So, and the thing is that I felt like you were put into the position that you're supposed to be helpless. Oh, and they've also said that you learned when you were 7 years old, more people got attention when they were sick. So you got to go talk to that 7-year-old, and you're going to have to realize, is this true? You know, if it is, you need to go in and remove those programs. Oh, thank you, Amy. Sarah, baby. I already gave you one, didn't I? Yes. Oh, Lenore, got it. Lenore. I hear a lot of kitty music. What time is it? What's up, Doc? Everything's like running through my head. You've been feeling like you're becoming irrelevant. Oh, honey, you have a lot of strength within yourself, and what your words do matter. You just happen to be around the wrong people that you're trying to get validation from. I feel like, so is this something that you feel like ever since you've been 4 years old, you've been trying to get validation, but they know better than you. And so it's been imposed discipline to hearing that story. And somehow there's a part of you that's tired of hearing that story because you're beginning to wake up and know that your thoughts matter and they're important. You need to start drawing the right crowd to you. And you will, and you have. Draw that right crowd. Because you begin to live in gratitude, which means, because I have that feeling that I have gotten before. Learn to just keep doing this and keep looking for clues, which way you're going to go. You don't have to always focus on what needs to be healed. Sometimes you need to just say, okay, you know what? I'm going to start bringing in and whatever I'm supposed to do next, and it starts to be revealed to you. Okay, Sammy Hayes. Okay, ready? Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. She may say too much. No, I won't give away too much information. What I will tell you is the energy that's not yours that's sitting in there is that you feel other people's hatred. And you can, it's like sometimes you'll feel it, and then you go to look at a rose, and the rose will look dull color. It won't look like a rose. And you just, and you gotta get that out, because that's, that creates an anxiety for you. Oh, you don't even find out about your demons and about other things. You've done nothing wrong, and you don't have any of those. You have to heal these. Just start healing those particular emotions, because half of the things that you're feeling are other people's stuff. You need to push your finger on your forehead and your belly button, push it and lift up, and start building up that energy. So you hold this for 2 to 3 minutes, and it starts building up this egg around you, so you can stop absorbing these people. Half your shit is not even yours. The other thing is just put your elbows together and whoosh. It's called a Celtic weave. Go down by your waist, whoosh. Go down, and then keep doing it to your knees and your ankles. Okay. Start doing figure eights, and then connecting. You just put your hands together, push up, and then push up again. And as you breathe, there's a quick way of doing it called connecting heaven and earth. But as you do this, look up the way your hand is up in the air. You're going to start pushing people's energy off of you. Then you're going to need to do some EFT to get that out of your body. The big word is hatred. Ugh, gross. Okay. You're welcome. What happens every day, David? Anybody that's new, you need to say, please, yes, please. And I'll look over on YouTube. Is anybody over there? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I thank you for sharing. You get a card, So in the little button up there, I do my best to, when they say shared and they show the list, and then give you a card. And up there, when you say hit love or like, then I go in and I give you a card, because sometimes people want a reading and they feel like they missed it. The vein and. Oh, wow, what the hell's here? Is your bones out of alignment? Yes. What do you mean, yes? Is there a spirit here? Can't hear me. Are you poking at her head? No, but you can see it. You can see it. Are you alive? Oh, are you earthbound? You know what that is? People don't have to be dead to come talk to me. People's consciousness can come to me. You seem to be near somebody that's very concerned about you. And they say that you're going over and over a story, and it seems to be draining. This person's really soft and slow. I fear she won't love me. Are you somebody else, or are you a different age? Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, no, this is somebody else. It's safe. Don't worry. It's not any of what your fear is. Are you able to describe your feelings? Oh, I forgot to turn the camera on. Don't you love me? Can you describe your feelings at all? Because alexithymia is about how you're not able to really describe what you're feeling. And this consciousness has just been very concerned about you. And then they're saying that you have to live your life their way, whoever they are, whoever, not the person's telling me, but you got to begin to see this. You really need to stop this for one thing, because when you begin to live to other people, live the way they want you to, which is totally different, you're going to have an issue. They know how to push the guilt and the shame They do it with a freaking smirk. Who is this person that doesn't, well, I can't say they don't like you. They love you. It's just the way they do things. Wow. Deficient. And they know this. They know that you're deficient at certain things. And they take advantage of this. What are you deficient of? Deficient of love. So by giving you attention, by getting you to do what my imposed will is telling you, then you're sure that you get love. You know. Do you know what pattern I'm talking about? So hold on now to see if this person is this grandmother Margaret. Has she been here? Why do you feel alive? Because I am. So, all right. Do you have a physical body? No. So that's who that was. She's saying that do you need to go to a chiropractor? Go get that head weight. J Devika J J Tumultuous. What's tumultuous? I'm in an ocean. Is this emotions? No, this is just oceans. You can surround yourself. It insulates. You don't have to hear people. Are you a surfer dude? There's something to do with. I see a boogie board. What's going on? Why am I seeing this? What's the importance of showing you this? Because when you're there, you're relevant. There's a connection and a purpose. Something to do with a connection with purpose, because otherwise you're trying to avoid feeling irrelevant. Sometimes you have conversations. I think you are talking to the wrong people, because I feel like as your intellectual is going to this person don't get you. So what's the point of talking to them? But for some reason, you feel like you have to communicate with them. It could be a loved one. It may not be. But I feel like you need to find your tribe, the people that you're supposed to talk to. You really are meant to develop in that particular area. Your reaction. Oh, you're attracting them so that you can heal a reaction. What is your reaction? Your reaction is that you have to obsess about. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't do this. So whatever the obsession of your inner dialogue, your soul is asking you to address, change it so that you can bring in new people to help you. Okay, so we'll take Brittany Lynch, and then we'll go to Sonia Regular. So Brittany, I want to sneeze. I smell pepper. Don't be ashamed to be alone. You got somebody that's coming from the other side. They're standing behind you. I can't see them. Don't be afraid to be alone, because there's no shame in being alone. That's where your strength and your power is. You have a superpower, but you're listening to the wrong people. You're listening to the wrong people. Are you a writer? Do you need to get away and do some writing? Because they're saying you need to clear your head, write some shit down. Clear your head, write some shit down. Sometimes you talk to the wrong people. And can you really trust those people? You have I didn't turn the timer on, so you have a wave of emotion that just whooshed by me. Is that your wave of emotion? Yes. What particular emotion is that you have to show me? You take the blame. You gotta stop doing that. Is it to end the fight? You take the blame because it's the right thing to do. Okay, you need to reevaluate right and wrong. Those people are going to have to own up to responsibility. It's not a good deed you're doing. They'll never develop if you are always taking the blame. If you're doing it to have them shut up, just get up and walk away. Do something other. Training yourself to take the blame, it only is going to cause you to have issues. People that are galled. Are you galled? Well, they are galled at you. That's when it really affects you. If you know this, start tapping out how a person shows up and say, oh my God, I really seem to react when they show up like this, like they're galled. With the facial expressions and everything else. You may have to do sensory accessing or just set up an appointment with me, but you have this distrust going on because you don't know really who to trust because somebody close to you hurt you. And that you're not going to be able to fix the trust. You got to heal the trust, which creates a forgiveness within yourself, and then you get to decide after you've healed where you're supposed to go from there. Otherwise, you're just going to keep repeating because the mind that created the issue or that's stuck in the issue can't solve it from that angle. It's on you. A lot of overwhelm. Do you work in an area or a nursing home, whatever? The point is you're in an area where everybody's overwhelmed. And that's what makes you important is when you're overwhelmed. So you have some people that really believe that overwhelm is a gift. And you're supposed to do it. And now all of a sudden I'm overwhelmed by spirits. You don't know how to deal with them. Okay, like I told my one friend, get yourself a ring. All right, spirits, you want to talk to me? Line up in a chute, like a cattle chute, one at a time. You talk to me only when the ring's on. I'm open to talk. When the ring is off, shut up. Don't come around. These are my boundaries. This is what oh, wow. Did my husband do what I asked? All of a sudden he's like, did he get the bread out of the oven? Did he do this? Did he do that? Okay, learning how to trust in certain areas. You got to remember, some of these spirits will make you think things. You'll pick up all their stuff, and then things will get resolved. You got to begin to know where you end and they begin. You would benefit from separating heaven and earth, and which is this. Look at connecting heaven and earth. The names change. Doing the Celtic weave of just sweeping energies, because when it's a big figure 8, and when you're doing it at all of your joint points, you're literally starting to expand and clear out that aura. Okay? Looks good. Okay, Lane, you said you don't know how to show your feelings, but do you know how to communicate with your feelings? And if this is with somebody you live with, it's because your soul is saying you never developed, and you need to get that out. You need to heal in these pains. If that's how you feel, oh my God, this is what's happening. I can't express my feelings. Even though I can't express my feelings, okay, use a healing tool. You really have got to start to stepping up and helping yourself out. Pam, tickle. Pam. Have you seen glimpses of the other side just recently? Because all of a sudden, as I'm looking, I saw your mother, but then I saw Julie. And then they said that, and I'm watching you look, but are you even know that the veil is getting thinner for you so that you can see more? Because I'm looking over, why am I looking in that direction? Because you're hearing on a vibrational level. It's not even really about hearing as much as, you know what resonation is. It's like when all the clocks in the room, they're doing it separately, and all of a sudden everything comes in sync. Okay, so you have a resonating energy, and the thing that you haven't been, is it a negative or a positive? What about it? You refuse to allow yourself to be fulfilled. And the reason why is because you're picking up other people that resonate, that you're unfulfilled. There are times that you think consciously you are, but your body's like going, no, you have to fill the vessel. And chakra, the fifth chakra, front, to be able to feel what you say, to feel what you're feeling, you separate yourself, and then everybody else becomes an I it. You don't know how to really make them an I you, because you think you're doing it, and the reason why is your first chakra says, we can't do this. We can't do this. That first chakra keeps telling you there's a story in your head that you have to protect yourself, a story that you have to be comfortable. You can't go anywhere. You have to, and so it becomes a pattern of failure, So you have to take and depict what part you want to tap out from what I said, because that's a lot of what just came through. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, if it makes sense to you people, share it with me. Let me know, because I do those so fast, and it's always good to know that I got it right on the nose, or a good hit. Nita from Australia, wonderful. Oh, good. So there is writing. Good. Let's see. Oh, A-L-I-N-E. A. What the hell? At least you know your name. Alina Ricks? Ricks? Right? I'm frozen. I can't move. Are you talking about a meridian? No. Inside of you, what age? I was 6 years old and I was too scared to go to the next grade. I thought I was going to get hurt and beat up. Did you construct this, or do you remember? You saw something on the TV of how somebody got hurt. Interesting. And so now you get an automatic response. That's an adult now. You have an automatic response. And so is there a lot of triggers? Not necessarily a lot of triggers. But when you have lofty energy people that have that energy that's lofty, okay? And the automatic response goes into helplessness, and this is where I freeze. So when you get into that, you're going to need to learn to take the deep breath in, let it all out, suck in your gut, hold your breath. Let the air in. Do that about 3 to 4 times. You need to reset the autonomic nervous system so you stop going into that pattern. It's in the breath. You have to unfreeze it. Do you have any meridians frozen? No. Any chakras? No. We're good. It's just that you didn't set the timer. Oh, I didn't, did I? Yeah, I'll go a few more minutes and then maybe. Indifference. You've learned to shut that feeling down. So you're like, what are you talking about? I mean, it's just, you have to connect the body, and the body will tell you. And once you begin to connect to the body, then that is where you're going to say, oh, shit. And then you need to heal that, because you need to get connected at communicating. Oh, let's see. Oh, good. Another person feels really good. Let's see. We're good. Okay, so I think I got everybody. Well, Christy, I think you're new. I thought I saw somebody else here. Did I read them? Christy Ann McKay. I'll give you a quick read if you want. I keep here. Clear my head. Change the diapers. Don't look over there. Laundry. Even though I feel like their daily chores, you're doing it alone. and you feel like you're spaced. Wait, are you on anything? Look. So all of a sudden I'm feeling very spacey. Is your brains connecting? No. So you're scrambled a little bit. You need to do the Wayne Cook when you get, because you've got all of these things that are happening, and because the energies are doing this, your right brain and your left brain are not really communicating. So you need to make sure you get the K27s. Follow the collarbone down, fall into the ditch. It's a new hole. Rub those things. For those of you that have a cold or anything, this is your, what the hell is that for? Spleen 21. Get in there. Now, it's just like, there's one here, but then some people, they argue where the point is. Just take that area. Pam, you need to do one more thing. You need to lift your boob. And underneath the boobs, you need to work on the lymphatics. It's stomach and lymphatics. And the reason I jumped off of not talking to Christy is because all of a sudden, it's like everybody needs to be working on this, because her energies are messed up. And everybody's energies messed up. This is for everybody. Get that, and you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get that immune system going. The Wayne Cook is very simple for Christy. Hands out, arms crossed. Turn your hands, pull it in, cross your ankles. Everybody just needs to breathe. Don't hold your breath, because all of a sudden I have to hold my breath. Christy, and okay, make sure you're doing this, because I literally feel you cannot seem to connect with that body. All of a sudden my hand, it didn't go to sleep, it just feels like it's numb. No, it doesn't feel like my hand. So switch, you switch ankles. Christy Ann, what is going on? Did they put you on some medication? Well, this should help even if you're on medication. There's something affecting you. And when you've done that for a few minutes, put your hands together. I'm just in a third eye. Okay. Yawning is means the energy is moving. What's going on with this? Oh, thanks, Sam. Demi, Jay, DJ. Your head's scrambled too, and I think you know why. But a lot of downloading, You're getting a lot of connections. You're getting a lot of information. You're worrying about your son. Which one? The middle one. Do you feel like he's not getting it? He's missing something. He's not getting something. What the hell's going on in my hair? Oh, turn it on. God, what the hell's going on with that? Now my ear's ringing. It's just that there's guilt. You have a lot of guilt. Oh, don't have guilt for what I said or what you're doing. Unless that's the way you need to get your power back and correct it. Sure. Who in the hell has been in your space frustrating you, making you feel like you always have to stand up and fight? You've got to heal that program out, because I think these people come in, some people come in because they feel like they got to fight, okay? You don't really have to do that anymore, and you're getting good at getting stronger and walking away. What's the clue? You're not self-loathing, are you? Because they're saying that you're self-loathing and you have a dialogue, and sometimes you sit there and denigrate yourself and then turn around and do the thing you don't want to do. And you do that because, why are you doing it? You're doing it because you feel very self-conscious about right and wrong. And I feel like your mother has been coming close and saying you have to correct your right and wrong, because there is a difference between what has been instilled in you, what's been imposed in you, and what you have taken and created as self-limitations. Okay, so you need to, okay, get it out of your head for one, and balance yourself out. Write down right and wrong. This is what my mother taught me. This is what my aunt taught me. This is what I've learned from, because right and wrong will change with every single human being. There is a consensus, don't kill anybody, but you have to find your right and wrong. Trina, what's going on? Oh. No, that sucks. Trina, give me a quick read real quick. Trina! Man, why can't I remember? Anyway, I thought I said something about great people and you and your brother and Wendy, and I couldn't think of the name. Arrested development. What's going on? What haven't you developed? Oh, positively. What haven't you developed? Whoa. You haven't developed allowing yourself to get engrossed in something, to allow yourself to do something, because I feel like your mind has to be over here. My mind has to be over here. And they're saying that to dive a little deeper into what makes you happy, okay? You want people to hear you and understand you, but you're talking to the wrong people. Those people you're trying to convince and to prove they're not worth, because, they're worth. Their consciousness is at one level, your consciousness is at another. Vibrationally, it's like tuning in the wrong station, trying to hear sports station on a country music. It's not lining up. You got to get it lined up. So you're going to start finding people and attract people, and you may have to use the golden lasso, and that's on my website, to bring in people that are like-minded with you. It'll make a big difference in your world, because then it helps you get into more joy. Tell your brother hello. Lynn Roll. What? Attached. What's attached? Did you have somebody that's like a partner that's too attached? That's too obsessive, too pushy, too needy, too something, too of something. You attract those people in because you're compelled to have to correct yourself, compelled that you have to do what you're told to do, be good, be this, and it's part of how you were raised. And so you have to attract somebody that wants that attention all the time, so that you can get back into that, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. But you think that you have this right connection, and start correcting that, because once you, that's what you're doing, healing out particular things inside of you can make that relationship healthier and stronger, so that that person doesn't have to show up that way. Okay, there's a story going on in each one of you, and it's clashing. You start to hear the stories, and you both will come more in sync. Okay. What? There's a particular thing that just keeps happening over and over, this relationship over, and then it's stored in the pain in the body. Your body's literally showing it. It's like a pain in the ass. Anita, real quick. I'm gonna have to go as soon as my husband's home. Anita. Okay, they're going Anita, Benita. So your name rhymes, and your name. Did you get name called, or did you have people that are coming up with the name? There's they're repeating that name. They're repeating that name, and there's a compulsion. There's compulsion to correct, a compulsion to do something. And usually when that's that strong of a compulsion, it looks like OCD. There's certain behaviors that are so much that you compel that you got to do this. You need to heal the compulsion off. It's a very strong pull. You need to clear that out because literally affects the way you think and directs you, and it's just a program. That you feel if you don't do it, you're going to get attacked. So you had, okay, how I saw feeling attacked is to do this compulsion. So now before you do that, if it's the same thing blanket, go to the feeling attacked. Even though I'm feeling attacked, and in attacked with words, attacked physically, attacked whatever, in gestures, attacked, you need to get that out, okay? You need to get that out. All right. Wow, where are all these people coming from? That's good. Claire Rogers. Rodriguez? Oh, is that Rodriguez? You have a conflict between your ego self and your intuitive self. Ego self tells your intuitive self, you don't shut up, you don't know nothing, and you believe your ego. Most of the time, you actually could be very strong with your readings, or the feeling, or understanding, or the knowing. But your ego says, no, I know you don't. And so therefore, you have learned to create the self-talk of doubt and fear and the compulsion to, like an Eeyore, not quite depression, correct? Not quite. But you feel deficient. It's a belief system of feeling deficient, and is get rid of that deficiency by tapping that out. It's that belief, get it out. Because it pulls you into, I can't figure it out. You need to tap out, even though I can't figure it out. Okay, even though I'm deficient. And you look for triggers, and as soon as you start to pay attention, I was just tripped, and now I'm angry or I'm in emotion. What did you just do and think? Begin to find your triggers, and then say, even though I just talked to a certain person with that feeling, and you just have to get that out. You're welcome. Thank you. I will come back and I'll reread it. Jana Russell, Jane Russell. Oh, shame on you. I told you to behave. Now you've gone and done and hurt yourself. No, why are you watching that stuff? Letting go of all those voices of all the people that have corrected you, that have criticized you. These are the people that are living in your head, and you need to get them out because they don't need to live there. And you need to. So you draw a box, make sure all the corners are connected. Put the person's name. But draw one line through it and put D.W. Okay? That is about kicking them out of the head. Dwakul is a Tibetan, and he everybody has a job to do. You make that rectangle, you put the name, put the line, put D.W. and then put it in the book, and then the spirits will help kick those people out of your head, including your mom. Nobody has to live there. You. Do you understand? Get them out. Because they cause a great panic because you got to go up to think about what they thought, and then you have to argue with yourself, and it goes back and forth, and it literally causes you to start making choices. Oh, maybe I should choose this college. Maybe I should choose this to study. It's not even about living as you. Okay, so Liberty Bowie. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Talk about it. Yes. Liberty Bowie on YouTube. What's going on? So you have the truth. So what you believe, what you tell yourself, you think is the truth. And they say, no, it's an old feeling, and you reconstruct it and you believe it to be true. So sometimes you argue with yourself and you're in great conflict. They said that there's like a cultural thing, some type of something that's, whether it's a race, your culture, the color of your skin, the gender of your body, whatever it is. And it's like you have to live up to those traditions. You're saying no, because it's actually confusing you now, because you're here, that's there, and you have to stop dividing, or you have to start dividing yourself up, because they are meant to be here and you were born to be over here. Okay. And then the thing is that, you said, how does Michael feel about you? Well, it's feeling awkward, because there's a part of you that has this rejection feeling, and you're constantly thinking you're going to get rejected, and then that causes an energy that goes out, and it literally stops you from receiving what you really want. But rejection needs to be healed out of you. Two mice on my desk, and I'm grabbing the wrong one. All right, I'm going to have to call this quit soon. I'm here twice a week, Monday and Tuesday. Next Monday, I might come on at noon if the cameras work. So if I come on at noon, then it'd be an extra hour for all those that are in the United States. And so that means instead of late night for you, it'll be a little earlier. Just 1 hour earlier. Oh, there is a lot of people here. I'm going to take Alicia Orts, Danielle Thomas, and Tammy Falwyn, and Amanda Moore. Remember your names, because here they go. Alicia. You feel like you have to throw your weight around in order to be heard. I don't know if you're small and feisty, but they're saying that that old pattern, it's kind of wearing you down, because you're moving into a different state of being. And so those old habits are coming into conflict with who you are and what you want to be. So there ends up having to not like this part of yourself, not like what's going on, but you feel like you don't have it, then you're going to lose control. And again, it's all about emotions. All of a sudden, my back just started to tense right up, and it hurts like hell. Because there's panic, and then you can't reach out, and you can't do something. It's okay. So we're going to slow it down. You're going to get that energy out of your head. Okay. Anybody that's ever had a reading, if you have a negative emotion, tap it out. Use the emotional freedom technique. You can go to my website and get it out. You need to calm this down. Okay. You need to do the Wayne Cook posture to calm those energies down, or you're never going to stop thinking. You got to calm them down. And then you can use an emotional freedom technique, and you can move in the direction you need, because that energy is only going to cause your thinking and everything else to go nuts, and then you're not going to be able to resolve, because it's just going to be compiled. Okay. And I said Danielle was next, and that is, what are you saying? Feeling invalidated. And you're using self-justification because you don't get that love back. You look and you wonder why you can't get unrequited love back. It's the same for you, I mean. There's a filter. There's a filter that literally, because that's what you saw as a child, both of you. How, if you've convinced yourself you can't see their love. What's really happening is that it's hopelessness. It is this fear that if I receive their love, then it's just, so you have anxiety. There's an actual push and pull. They're saying that You have learned to become the I it, and you accepted it. And then the thing is that if you're, part of you is afraid that if you stopped feeling this way, then what's going to happen? So you're actually putting yourself in a position to push it away, to create the filters there to say, I believe this. And you've had enough experiences in your past. Some of you may just be new to this, but you've had enough experience in your past and you say, it's real. Okay, that's fine. I believe you. You need to change that. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Somebody did paid, but we'll get to that in just a second. I said Tammy is next. Or did I say Mandy? Mandy. Tammy's who I said next. Tammy's selling. Everything's mungled together. Unmesh yourself. I feel like you're meshed in. You gotta learn how to center yourself. Do some yoga. Do some crafting. You need to find something to keep your mind busy, your hands and your ego busy, so that your spirit can be heard. You got to give your ego something to do. You know hopelessness is so, you know it so well that it becomes, you know it so well, it's you label it as peace. Interesting. You're going to have to untwist that because it is draining your physical energy. And it makes you very self-conscious that people are looking at you or something. You just become very self-conscious. So you become very guarded and you change your pattern. And because that's the way you coped with it. You worried. Right, worry has got to stop. Okay, even though even though I'm worrying or I'm worried, and look at how you're worried, and get it out. You may even have to just do this and look at how that self-talk. Look at how you know that, because you got to get the blood back up, because you can't create reality if the blood is in the fight and flight. One more, Amanda, and then I will take Josephine. No, it's Bada Bing Bakery. I did see a message somewhere. Amanda. Ooh. Oh, you're sick? I just want to Ralph. I'm going to throw up. Did you do that and it became very much humiliated? What happened? It's like an embarrassment. You're going through something very interesting. I have no clue what that is. It's really, oh my God, my stomach's upset. Are you carrying your nervousness in your stomach? Is this your anxiety? Instead of in your chest, are you carrying it in your stomach? Because you're bullied. When? You're bullied at 5. And that is it's old. So there's a trapped emotion of being bullied in there. Can it come out? Not that way, but yeah, it's happening. But what's it teaching you? It's teaching you that you're not supposed to trust things and that you're supposed to be overtime hopelessness. So literally it taught you to stop and you're not supposed to grow. You need to change that. That's not good. All right, so Bada Bing Bakery. That is, oh, it is Josephine. Ha! Yes, that's you. Yes. Hey. Oh my God, I smell toast. No, French toast. Oh, maybe it's the bakery. What are you there now? God, now I want bread. What do I want? I want something. All right. So you're saying that smells control this? So are you connecting with smell Is there something specifically that you want to talk about, Josephine? Good God. You're connecting with smell. And sometimes the excess of certain people's vibration gets you really confused. You've learned to shut that off and to become indifferent. I'm waiting for her to tell me what she wants to know. What she wants to. What is it you want to ask? There's something. Oh, just recently there's something about being made to feel like shit. Josephine, are you here? Oh my God, it's just like it's constant. It's in your head. It's in your body. It's like you're like, oh, here we go again. Is this true? Josephine, where are you? I hope she didn't lose connection. Tell me more. There's a particular outcome. Does she want it? Somebody else does. And it's always pushing. It's always affecting the structure. After this, Daniel, I'll do you after Josephine. And then that's the last one. Self what? So you self-humiliation? Okay, so self-humiliation. Okay, self-humiliation. I think you know what that means, Josephine. It's going again, in and out, and it's like this particular outcome. It affects the structure of the way things are. But that self-humiliation, so why are you doing this? Is there an underlining? Because all your life you've been disapproved of. Have you been, okay, so have you been trying to get approval by somebody in particular? Yes. Whoever it is, you need to stop right now. And you literally need to heal that out. Do you understand what I'm saying? This trying to get approval. So you're never going to get it because your soul hooked up with somebody that's not supposed to give it to you. As a young child, you saw that you could never get approval. You got to stop believing that, and you got to stop you got to pull that out. You literally need to resolve those emotions because it'll all change. You start pulling it out, and it's going to change things. It'll change, and then you can start addressing not the things that are hanging here that are affecting you. You'll start noticing a pattern and stuff that's in your chest, and you'll notice how it's not even about here. And then you'll notice that you already have approval with yourself, and you notice that you have approval from people. And the reason you want approval so much is because of her indifference that she always gives you, because it's like, how the fuck are you supposed to read that? It's like, and sometimes you feel like you're getting approval, but then it's like you pull away. So we got to heal that indifference. So it's like when you're looking at this person, you're like, oh my God. So you got to heal that indifference out. I would do a healing where I would just pull it out. So I would do cord switching, pull it out. Because it's literally, and then I probably do eye accessing because it's literally stuck in the eyes. It's so strong. If you were to just cover up one eye and look at that situation, how this doesn't a difference. It was probably a 10. And then if you look at the other side, it probably is, I don't feel like it's that high. It's not as high as the other one. But then we would pull them out of your eyes. And it makes a major difference in your life and in your body. Oh my God, I just, how when your arms fall, when things fall asleep, they tingle? It's like my nerves are tingling. And it's an awful feeling. It's the middle of my back, so I don't know if you use your arms, if they're up high, if it, is something out of alignment? Yes. So when you said structure, you were talking bone. Yes. No. You're talking about the thoracic, the sixth one. So is your spine okay? Do you need to go to a chiropractor or get massaged? Where'd you go? I lost you. Oh, okay. Let me know about your spine. You're not supposed to behave that way. You're not supposed to be that person. Are you trying to become that person? No. If you have forgotten who you are, you're so focused on this, you've forgotten who you are here. Okay? And it's been such a long time that you have been so focused on acting a certain way, you forgot. And so you've actually stopped being you. In a way, what is that? You need to get more centered. You need to get more ecstatic. And you need to allow yourself to become unburdened, because it literally stops you from being you. So you're under pressure to be other? No. You're just so determined to get this approval. Tell me more. Is that it? No, there is something else. I can feel it. It's annoying. It's gnawing at you. Oh, thoughts. It's gnawing at you without you knowing it. It's like the pit of your gut. It's in your spine. It's annoying you. It's gnawing at you. It's wiping you out. Oh, I agree. Yeah. They can't figure it out. Even though I can't figure it out, okay, get it out. Okay, you need to literally do EFT. Pull that out, because it's disrupting your thoughts. And you're doing that because you don't realize that it's not it. And you're doing that because you don't realize you want approval so bad. And you can't hear how you're getting approval from others. And you're over here. You got to fix this person out of your head? No. I mean, you could. It'd be a good thing. But that's not the thing. Are you going through a particular memory? No. Oh, it's a chakra thing. Second chakra, the seventh. Connecting the spirit, then front, back, the will. So you haven't got your will to know how you really need to communicate, want to communicate, be with people. And if that makes any sense, probably the neck surgery. Okay, so that's cervical. Down here is the thoracic. Oh, that rheumatoid arthritis has to do with that chakra in the seventh, and so the energy is not coming down. Oh, where's it? Ah, the will. So you lost your will to do something, and it's just storing. Why? I hate to say this, Josephine, but do you like to be one of those talkers that bitches and moans and complains? Oh, Jesus, shut that door. Oh. It's the way we communicate and talk with people and allow ourselves to what did I do that? I think you're copying the environment when you're growing up, because it's literally, you need to change that thinking. We got to get the heart and the mind. So live in gratitude, learn to live in gratitude, learn to live in thank you. So bring it in. You already know how to receive. You got to live more in gratitude. Okay. Wow. You have a rush of energy that just went up. What's that about? Your tolerance level. You don't even realize how much you have tolerated for so long. You tolerated what? just trusting. Wow, that you gotta get that out. You don't need to tolerate that. You need to get that out, and you need to stop this particular pattern. I mean, it's literally affecting the way that your body is receiving nourishment. Is your spirit connected to a body? No. Can we put our spirit in our body? If you want, you do this, you copy me. You can get a magnet, use your hands. You're going to put the spirit in the body 100% where it belongs. Putting the spirit in the body 100% belongs. Putting the spirit in the nervous system where it belongs. Putting the spirit in the nervous system. Putting the spirit in the immune system. Oh, there's an emotion that's going to come out. What is that? Putting the spirit back into the body where it belongs. Okay, so is your brain connected to your... No. Connecting the brain to the physical, connecting the brain to the physical, connecting the brain to the physical. Is the physical connection to the brain? Okay, so re-listen to this, break it down, do some healing. Danielle Thomas is paid. Let me check. Now it's cooperating. Okay, so I'm going to say end the stream in YouTube.